Hey, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Susan.
And today we're going to be making a bracelet inspired by The Little Mermaid. The other day I just learned that Zendaya has been cast as Ariel in the new Little Mermaid that's coming out later on this year.
That is awesome.
I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Actually, in my excitement, I actually went and rewatched the original Little Mermaid.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you sing all the songs?
Every single
one. Of course. I'm singing one in my head very quietly to myself right now.
It's so addicting, honestly.
I know.
So that's one of the reasons I kind of reached out to you. I was just like, let's make something Little Mermaid themed, see what we can put together. I see you got some stuff here with us.
I did. I loved this idea.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking bracelets, like a simple bracelet with maybe a starfish charm or something like that. So
yeah.
Kind of under the sea type.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That whole underwater thing.
Sure. And like a button. So you can see what I've got here. So this is the tool we'll talk about in just a second. Okay. It's an easy knotter. And I've got some leather. I wanted it to be real natural looking. Yeah. So some leather. And this is called Eslon. It's a cord that we're going to use to knot the beads on there. Okay. And then I just thought these were cool. They look very mermaid-esque to me. Yeah. Because
very aquatic looking, yeah.
So and then I've got a button. I thought that was cool. Yeah. Just to kind of use as a closure. Have you ever done that before?
I don't believe so.
Kind of neat. No. So we're gonna use a button closure. Yeah. And then there's my little charm. That's a little starfish.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
We're gonna have to do a little knotting to start with. Not with this. We're actually gonna make like a little, like a buttonhole closure with the leather. So what I'm gonna do is do like a figure, almost a figure 8. See how I did that?
Yeah.
So you have a loop on one side and a loop on the other, and then don't worry about that little tail.
Okay, perfect.
But you don't want to do it in the middle because you're going to need the rest of the leather to do the knot around. So I'm just going to clip off the extra wire, it's not wire, whatever this is, leather.
Leather.
There we go. So the next step is you're going to take the other leather and you're just going to kind of make the leather go off to your right, and then you're also going to wrap to the right, because you're gonna bring this other cord back to the left. So I'm gonna wrap it around here 1, 2, 3 times, and then push this tail back through.
Sort of to the left.
Yeah, all the way through those 3 wraps you made to the left. And then you're gonna pull, just pull until it's pretty tight, but not super tight, because we gotta then shape our knot, or size our knot.
At the same time?
You have to pull them at the same time.
Yeah, this is a difficult little...
It's a minor disaster, but it's not bad. It's
minor,
happening. It's just minor. It's minor. There you go.
All right.
Let's see. You did it!
Yeah, okay.
I'm impressed. That's your first try.
That's my first try.
Okay, well, mine did not look like that the first try. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to shape up this piece.
Okay.
So before we tie this too tight or pull this part too tight, we want to get this just right. So we want to make sure this is going to be a good size for our button, not too big, not too small.
Got it.
So that side, I'm just going to make just about that big. And the other side, I want to be pretty small. So I'm going to pull it pretty small, like that. Okay. Because that, we're just going to tie the cord to that. And then once you get that done, then you can pull the knot in the center really, really tight.
Okay.
So now we just need to trim off all these tails. Okay. And if you're really...
I don't think mermaids like hearing that, but...
Oh, right, trimming off the tails.
Trimming off the tails, yeah.
I didn't think about that. Don't trim off the tail. So I'm just going to pull really tight, and then I'm going to trim off the extra. So I'm just trimming off all the extra.
Yeah.
Right up against the knot.
It look really nice and clean. Okay,
so there's mine. I'll put that there, and then you trim off yours. Nope, not there. Nope. I'm just kidding. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to string up our bracelet.
Okay.
And
what
we're going to use
this again?
This is called Eslon.
Eslon.
Yeah. Okay. It's a nylon cord. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of an overlapping piece so that we get pretty good sized knots between our beads. And so I'm gonna pull about 4 feet of this. You like my ruler at the top of this?
Oh, I do. Look at you.
I know,
You're so prepared.
fancy.
I like it.
Okay, so basically we're gonna start with this button, and see it has this cool detail on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna notice too much if I bring one cord across the top of it.
Oh no, not at all.
So I'm going to, because I want this to be really secure. So that's how we're gonna do it. And so I'm just gonna pop that through, like so.
You want it towards the center, okay.
Yeah, like that. And then you're just gonna tie an overhand knot right here. I want you to just go like this.
Oh. Super easy, okay.
You see what I'm doing? I'm using my plier to push this knot down super close to the button.
Yeah. Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah. And then pull it nice and tight. So then there's our button. Yeah. Ready to go.
That looks good.
So it has a little bit of space, but not too much space.
But not too much. Not too much slack.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So now what we have to do is string lots of beads onto 2 cords. Okay, that's always fun. So I'm gonna just trim that down. And see how it kind of, when it's just a hair longer than the other one, but not much. It's a little bit easier to string. So these are just little Chinese crystals, and I think they're big enough to make a pretty impressive looking bracelet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so but see how if you kind of have one a little shorter than the other, it's a little bit easier. So just gonna pop them on just like that.
It's done.
So go ahead and string on 19.
All right.
I could have done this part for you, but I thought you would enjoy.
You know what? I love stringing beads, Susan. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's how much I love stringing beads. All right, that is 19.
Cool. We'll test it on my wrist. Have I showed you how to do that?
No.
Okay, we'll test it. Basically what you want is the beads, not including the clasp, to fit all the way around your wrist and touch. And then if they just touch, then you can add your clasp and it'll be perfect.
And you'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be good to go. That's just kind of an easy way to measure a bracelet. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we've got our first knot done, right? So now we're gonna use this little tool called the Easy Knotter. And you see this little button right here?
Yes.
That's just a safety. It does absolutely nothing except if you're knotting on the floor, which I do fairly often, and you leave it out.
Yeah, I can imagine you learn that the hard way not to
yeah, that's like a little... just a little awl, and that's what we're going to use to make our knots.
Yeah, okay.
So what I usually do is I take these 3 fingers to wrap the cord around, and then I hold the cord underneath those 2 fingers like that.
Got it.
Okay, so, and then I'm just going to wrap around those 3. So it's almost like a tripod. And you see how I made like a little space right here?
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop whatever beads I have already strung and the button.
Right through.
Or my clasp, right through, and then put that knot onto the awl in the center.
So easy.
Super easy. And then pull it tight, and don't worry about where the beads go. It's no big deal. They can go wherever they want to, okay?
Yeah.
You just need to pull that tight.
Just pull tight.
And so then I'm gonna pull my next bead up here, like so. Okay, so it's ready to go. I'm just gonna take this off of the awl and then push the next bead up, and that's what's going to tighten.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so now it's your turn.
All right, let's give this a try.
Okay. All right, let's check that length, okay? Remember how I told you how to do it? Put it up around my wrist. Go from the bottom, it's just easier. Yeah. Okay. Wrap it around the wrist. Okay, so those beads do not touch yet.
Those beads
do
not touch, yeah.
So we definitely need the rest of the beads.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice one.
So, okay, so see what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna give this a little tug, just to kind of smooth out my knots.
Yeah.
Make it a nice smooth piece. I mean, you have a little bit of space right there, but I think that looks cute.
Yeah.
I think it just gives it a more handmade appeal. So let's move a little Easy Knotter out of our way. Let me make sure again. So see, I can even do this on myself. I'm just gonna wrap it around and see that they touch. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Size
fantastic.
Perfect. And so now all we have to do is tie our loop closure on there.
Yeah.
And then of course we're gonna put our charm on too.
Yes.
But we'll put him on last.
Okay, that goes on last.
It has to go on though, because I don't feel like it's mermaid-esque without
you need that
starfish.
Yeah, that's a perfect little touch there.
So let me show you how we're gonna do this. We're just gonna go through the end of this. You just make a P with the cord like that, and then you're gonna bring this other cord underneath and through the P, and then pull it tight.
And then pull it through.
And you're gonna do 3 of those. All right, so I'll get the first one.
Okay.
And then you can do the next 2. So see,
those little things.
I'm just gonna make a P, and I'm gonna go over the top of those knots because I think it'll look prettier. Pull that out and tight, like so. And then go ahead and do one more.
One more?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna tie an overhand knot.
And then you're done.
No, I'm gonna do 2.
Oh, nope, just kidding. I spoke too soon.
You did. Now this is a nylon cord, and so what you can do now is we can trim this off and we can take a lighter or a torch, or probably not a torch, probably not a lighter, and you can kind of hit the end of that with the heat, and it'll ball up. So that won't ever.
So you don't see.
Well, so there's no chance of it ever coming open again.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, essentially, we have our bracelet made, and so that's your buttonhole. So see how that kind of comes
Oh, yeah, so
together?
you got your little clasp there, yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to open and close a jump ring?
Yes. I think I do.
I'm so impressed.
Yes.
I knew J Jewelry was going to be a success. Okay. So what you want to do is just put that guy right there on the little loop, the back half of that loop.
Okay.
Look how
Yeah.
cute. So like on the top right there, you have your little charm and your little button.
Look at that.
Isn't that cute?
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
fun.
Yeah.
And you got and if it twists around, it's still cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Looks fantastic.
Thanks so much for watching. If you guys would like to pick up some supplies like the ones we worked with today, check out the links down below. How many thingamabobs do you have? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And now that you know a little bit about making Little Mermaid inspired jewelry, you can say,
I made this.